What's up, everybody? I really can't do a normal intro today. Anyways, this is Laughcraft. This is episode 12. Yeah, it's crazy. At 12. I don't even know what to say anymore.
It took 12 episodes, and you finally started off with actually laughing.
Look,
I was waiting for the moment.
Look, 12 episodes until I messed up the intro. Nah, it broke me, Jonathan. It broke me.
What people don't realize is that we go through it like every time we record, where it's like, what do I say again? What? How do we start this off?
I do. I forget my lines for some reason. I could never be an actor, I feel like, because I would have to read that script like, multiple times. I feel like I'd be good, but because I got a good TV face, I feel like, but
Okay, you would be the individual that like would go up there and you have like one line to say, and it's like, here's your pizza, and you'd be like, pizza's here.
Exactly. And they'd be like, Matt, it is. Here is your pizza. That's all you have to say. Here is your pizza.
And you would mess up.
Oh.
And I honestly would probably die laughing if they ever showed the bloopers of that film.
Look. One day, we'll all be on Marvel. No, I'm kidding.
Ooh. I want to be on Marvel. I don't mind being a Marvel extra. That'd be so sick.
That would be pretty cool, actually. They have like those acting for those things at Atlanta like all the time. But
yeah,
I don't have the time to drive to Atlanta, so.
Something that you had mentioned prior to us starting this was my shirt. And I say it's a funny thing because they said no graphics on your t-shirts, and like literally every t-shirt that I own has some type of graphic on it. I don't think I have any like I had to actually go to Walmart, look for a plain black t-shirt, buy it, and then I was ready for the next day to actually go be an extra. I wasn't an extra for a Marvel movie. I was just an extra for a film that's not even that good. So
so you've done an extra before.
Yeah, I've been an extra once, and it was a long day. I think I was there from like 8 a.m. to like 9 p.m.
Jeez.
But $100 or so. It was great. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
And you get to meet a bunch of interesting people.
Yeah, one of my RAs last year, her mom, like, she just like likes to be an extra, so she just like drives to Atlanta like every so often to be an extra on TV. So like that's her thing. So I just thought that was really interesting. Like, so.
Yeah, no. I haven't gotten any emails. I got emails a few days after for like another position, but like
yeah.
Once you do it once and you're like, I don't know. Like all I did all day for the most part would just walk up and down streets and then just look at my phone or carry a box. That was one of the parts. It was, I don't know.
That sounds thrilling.
I think if I was like an extra that actually spoke,
yeah,
maybe just like hear something,
yeah, or
do something more than just walk up and down a street, I'd probably enjoy it better.
Yeah, I think a talking point would be kind of cool, but I feel like you gotta.
They get paid more. They get paid more, and they end up getting like, you're on TV. You could be like, oh yeah, I was in that movie for like 2 seconds. From the movie that I was in, I looked around every scene, and I found me for like 0.12 of a millisecond, and it was just like my nose that showed up.
How do you even get to the talking point, though? Do they just, like, pick people?
You do it quite often. You talk to the people, and I'm sure they're like, oh, you got a face, and you can say these lines.
You got a face. You're like every other human. You have a face. You can talk. Go.
Yep. Yeah. No, one of the guys that I, like, met while I was there, he did it, like, all the time, and he was saying that he got to play with The Rock in like I don't remember what movie it was, but like he was like all dressed up in the war paint because they were doing like a Samoan scene, and like he said that he had to like they took like 6 hours to paint all that on him, and then at the end of all that he had to like go to bed and then wake up the next morning and continue on, and he had to like sleep with all that paint on him.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was just like, that's too much.
Hey, but meeting The Rock would be really cool. So
yeah, he got to meet The Rock, and it was he showed me pictures, and it was actually really sick.
That would be awesome. I guess that would be Hobbs and Shaw, that movie with the Samoans. That's the only thing I can think of. So
Probably. I'm gonna have to like go back and see that movie because I haven't seen it yet.
what? That's a great
No.
action movie. Missing
Just
out.
add it to the list of like hundreds of movies that I need to watch.
I forgot how I saw it. No, Ben took me and Brittany to go see it.
Oh, okay. It was his birthday recently, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yesterday. I said happy birthday to him, but yeah, he just like came up one day and was like, "Y'all want to go see a movie?" And I was like, "Sure." And then he just like wouldn't let me pay for anything. So
Been so nice.
he really
You
is.
should tell him about this podcast when you get a chance.
Oh, I will. I'll tell him to go watch. But yeah, he's such a good friend. Did you see the Nintendo Treehouse today? Probably not.
No.
So today they
Treehouse,
just showed
explain.
like Nintendo Treehouse, which they show like gameplay of stuff. They showed Paper Mario, like some gameplay of it, and then they showed what they said was a new game that people were like making all these. They thought it was going to be like a new Metroid, new Wario, all this stuff. It ended up being a Bakugan game.
Ew.
Yeah, exactly.
Ew. No wonder I didn't hear about the Treehouse event because it wasn't that hype.
No, it wasn't. People were hyping
Dude,
it
if
up, and then it just wasn't that good.
If they announced Wario, oh, I'd be buying it so quickly. It's been so long since I played a Wario game.
Yeah, Wario Land's great. I wish they would give it to another studio, and not necessarily like under Nintendo, but like say like I don't know. WayForward was the one that showed off Bakugan, and they do Shantae, which is a great platform game, like third-party platform game. So if they Nintendo gave them Wario Land to kind of like recreate from their own engine, that would be really cool. So that's why people were like kind of thinking it was going to be something like that, but you know,
It'd be so sick if that actually happened, but well, another letdown, Nintendo. Come on, pick it up.
I'm just waiting for the Nintendo Direct. I don't know when it's going to be announced, but eventually, right? They might just like drop it on Twitter one day. I feel like that's going to happen. Nintendo's going to be like, "Yep, it's dropped. Have fun." Like,
Dude, if that happens, it happens, and I'll be ecstatic for it.
exactly. I mean, we got the Xbox event to look forward to, so in 2 weeks.
Wait,
so.
yeah, 2 weeks.
weeks.
Oh, guess what else is happening? in
I
2
know.
weeks? I'm getting married, so
True. I think it's actually during your bachelor party when the Xbox event is. So
gonna be. I don't want any technology near me on that trip. Like I want just to actually enjoy the trip.
got you. I will be closed off watching the event. Okay. I'll be like, I gotta go to bathroom break. And like, peace out for an hour.
Of course you are. I'm gonna be like, where'd Matthew go? He's like, oh, he had some event to go look at.
He had code red. Like, you won't even notice. Like,
Our viewers don't know your addiction to Code Red, Matthew, or do they?
It's not really an addiction. It's more like I just get hyper off of it. It's not really an addiction. Because I don't like drink it all the time.
You don't drink it all the time. You only drink it when you're with us, and most of the time, you stay up till like 5 a.m.
Yeah, I
Because you
used
drink
to
it.
drink it with when I was taking like finals and staying up all night just to like do study for finals the night before because I thought I could get all my information in the night before. And so I would stay up. I would start like studying about 8 p.m. and then stay up till about 6 or 7 till the class was at 8 a.m. So just like straight through.
Let me put it to this is how finals went for me. Stressed the entire time. I got maybe 1 hour of sleep that entire week. Made sure that I got my B's or what A's or C's, depending on if I just needed to pass the class,
Yeah.
and ended up passing it. That's how college went. It was more of like, oh, I'm gonna only get 1 hour of sleep this entire week. Cool. I remember like one time I was like waiting for the class to start, and I'm pretty sure I started dozing off like in the hallway right before the test.
There was one time I actually stayed up like a whole like 48 hours. I was like I stayed up, went to the Commons. I got there at like 6 a.m. like as soon as they opened. Like the football players are like just in there. So I like sat at my table, was in there like the entire time studying, and then didn't even go to bed, was studying some more, and then took the test. like the next day. But like I used to like get sick during finals. Like I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
what it was,
No.
but it was just like the lack of sleep or stress or whatever. But like finals,
Yes.
I didn't get sick any time during the year. But as soon as finals hit, it was like I'm dead. So,
No, okay. Let me put it this way. I would work out religiously. I would make sure that my health was good, somewhat good with the eating. I was always eating junk food during college. But, like, I would never get sick while everything was going on. But as soon as finals hit, I was sick the following week
yep.
because I would only get, 1 to 2 hours of sleep that week. I wouldn't go to the gym at all because I would be stuck doing all this studying.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, I was just like, well, I'm exhausted, fall asleep for an entire 3 days, and it just takes a toll.
It really
took a huge
does.
toll.
I remember being like such a relief after finals. Like it's done. You just like go to the commons, go to the gym, play some racquetball. Like it's just like it's such a relief when you get just put in your last final and you're done. So
Dude, no, but graduating, I know that you're in school for your master's, but once you're done, I know that like graduating is the best feeling because you know that's it. I don't have to go back. I don't have to do college no more. No more finals. I'm free.
true. I mean, now I don't even really have finals. It's more like papers, and so like I still like wait till last minute to do those, but it's kind of a different feeling. I'm not like as stressed, if that makes sense. I'm like a bad test taker, so like even worse than I am at writing papers. So when I
No.
yeah, so,
Most of the time, I was always just like, all right, calculating what my grade was currently, and I'm just like, what do I have to get on this freaking final?
that was me like every
So-
final.
so I can just pass the class, because it was more of like, if I'm passing and it doesn't matter where I'm at, if I was like on borderline B or A or borderline C or B, I would just be like, all right, what do I have to do to get the letter grade?
Yeah.
That's usually how it was.
There was one time where I forgot what class it was, but I decided not to take the final online because regardless if I took it or didn't take it, I was going to get a B. So the teacher like messaged me and was like, "Hey, like why didn't you take the final?" I was like, "Cuz regardless if I take it or not, I'm still getting a B." And she was like, "You still should have took it." I'm like, "But why?"
for what reason?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, college is ridiculous, but hey, I mean, like it helps you in the long run, right? So,
I don't know. I loved my experience at college, but it's just like the cost of college. like I met a lot of cool people, and I thought KSU was awesome, but just like the cost of it alone is just like it hits you. It hasn't hit me yet because I'm not like out of my graduate, so I'm not like paying those student loans yet. But after that 6 months, I'm gonna be like hurting. So
I will be hearing much of you from that point forward. I'll be like, welcome to the club. Hooty hoot. Let's deal with this debt.
Exactly. Oh man. But like I said, I don't think I would have changed like not going, because the people I met were really cool, like Ben, and some people that like Matt Prov and Adam and John and Jacob, like those people like I still talk to regularly. So I think the benefit of going is to like meet people and stuff. So
Definitely.
I don't think I would change
don't.
that, so.
I just don't know if like the money in the
Yeah.
in the long run is worth it. I mean, like especially with college prices going up and
Yeah,
it's a
don't
whole
even get me
mess.
started on that. It literally goes up every year. Like just normal prices go up. So it's just like, why? Why? But
So I mean, like I always ask myself questions why, but I can't go back. All I got, and I'm not going back for my master's. I've already decided.
you sure,
on that.
Jonathan? You can be like me.
Nope. I am completely content with taking online classes and getting certificates from Udemy or something else just to learn the coding skills, because that's what I enjoy. I mean, like I went to school for finance and somehow ended up in coding. So.
Hey, and then Udemy is fun too. So it's just like you got to find where you fit. So
Yeah.
a lot of like the online stuff you can learn in general online. So I think like
A lot of the online stuff you can learn online.
hey, What a concept, really. What a concept. But yeah, I don't know. Because at first I wanted to be like a physical therapist. So like I had to go to school to like, because you have to get like license and stuff for that. But like,
Yep.
I finished with a sports management degree, so it's like, but I loved my classes. And actually, like before I walked, like one of the teachers, like she was like, "Oh hey, like I can't believe you're graduating. This is awesome." Like she gave me a hug, so I thought that was really cool. Like some of the sports management professors, like they're pretty awesome. So
Yep. No, I get that. I mean, like, I'm not saying college was a waste because I'm looking back at like some of my old notes because I'm trying to look at stocks at the moment, and I'm just like, what the heck did this professor say on it? And I'm like, oh, I still have that one notebook. So I like opened it up and like I'm flipping through pages and I'm like, there it is. That's the formula I needed to like build out this process.
you probably don't even know what you wrote.
No, I look at the notes and I'm like, what was I thinking? So I had to like go Google it and like remember what the heck I was doing.
Before Brittany graduated, she was taking a class and I was like, oh, you can just use my notes. Like, they'll be perfect. Like, I did good at that class. She, like, looks at my notes. She's like, Matt, what are you even saying here? I was like, I have no idea. I don't even know. So
It's just us. I promise you, like, if you ask me something, are you smarter than a fifth grader? They ask you, like, something about, like, how many oceans are there? And I'm just like,
yeah, I would so fail that show. Like, Brittany, like, I feel like knows way more of that kind of knowledge than I do because we were watching that show, like, about 4 or 5 months ago. We were watching on Hulu, and she was just like, yeah, it's this. I'm like, I would have failed the first question. Like,
no. Useless knowledge, trivia? Yeah, I could probably do that, but no. If you ask me some dumb math question from 5th grade, I'm just like, I need a calculator in my hand.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh man, that was a show for sure. Not better than Wipeout, but it was a show.
Hey, nothing beats Wipeout. Okay.
Wipeout's so funny watching those people fall.
I feel like I recently went and got a haircut, not right now, but like a while back, and they had like Wipeout on the TV, so I was like watching it while they're cutting my hair.
It's comical. I've always wanted to be on a show like that, just to like do it.
Dude, let's sign up. I'm all for signing up.
You like see me just get like pounded on TV, like.
Your dad would be upset with me. Your dad would be like, "You're letting my son get hurt."
They have this new show on Netflix called The Floor is Lava. We should so do that, Jonathan.
I'll look into it.
If you like are the top, if you like win, you get like 10 grand. So
I'm all for it. What do I have to do? 10 grand? That'd help me out a long way right now, Matthew. What do I have to do?
Bro, we would get all our podcast equipment. Okay.
Reinvested into this business. I'm all for it.
Absolutely. Man, we were talking a long time today. Almost at 20 minutes.
I know. We probably should say bye.
Maybe. I don't know. We're just having a good conversation today, but yeah. I guess we can say bye.
All right, Matthew, before you ask me any last words.
Oh, you got me this time. Any last words? I don't really have a lot of words, but thanks for watching. It's been a fun episode. We didn't really have much gaming news to talk about as kind of the space doesn't really have any gaming news right now. So kind of just waiting on the Xbox event to really have that kind of information talked about. But still hopefully a cool episode. Hopefully you liked it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Always leave a comment. We always go back and see if we could reply back to him. And any feedback is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much.
Adios.